Hi, this is Joe again with another review. In this video we'll be discussing the 1974 film Death Wish, starring Charles Bronson. And this movie really made his career. And I have to say that Charles Bronson, with all the action movies that have been out there, Charles Bronson is the ugliest mother effer I've ever seen in my life. This guy is so ugly, it's unbelievable. He's having to get a whole franchise because of this movie. I'm not saying he's not a good actor, but I'm saying that he's ugly. Facially, he's ugly. And unfortunately, he had one of the hottest women in Hollywood at the time. Jill Ireland was his wife, so takes all kinds, right? Well, Death Wish, even though Charles Bronson's been around for about like 20 years or so, at least. And then he got his part in this movie, Death Wish. Well, in the early 1970s, you had a lot of these movies about what you call an anti-hero. And you had that with the French Connection as well. You had the Towering Inferno. You had the Poseidon Adventure, all in the early 70s. And of course, this one, Death Wish, was right in the middle of it. And of course, like I said earlier, so Charles Bronson is a New York City architect who, after he comes back home from vacation with his wife and his daughter were brutally attacked. His wife is killed, and his daughter was severely raped. And you do actually physically see the rape, which is in 1974, which was very weird to see a scene like that. And also in the 1970s, you have a very relaxed time until the nudity. Because when pornography started coming out, or X-rated films started coming out, and then translated to R-rated movies. Because the R-rated thing came out not too long before this movie, around the same time in the early 70s, the R-rated came out, and so it was okay to maybe push the envelope a little bit and have some nudity, and that's what you had in this film. Especially in the scene where Charles Bronson's wife, who's played by Hope Lange, gets killed by these three guys who follow them home from the supermarket. And they pretended to be delivery boys, and they broke in and they severely beat up Charles Bronson's wife, and his daughter was severely raped by one of the guys, and another guy spray painted her ass. I mean, it was really horrific to see something like that. So Charles Bronson comes home, goes to the hospital, I should say, with a son-in-law who's married to, of course, his daughter. And they didn't know what the hell to do. They didn't know what to do with themselves, really. And after they had the funeral for, when Charles Bronson had his wife, funeral for his wife, they decided to go to, or he decided to go to El Paso with Charles Bronson's character for this deal for his architectural company to do with this guy in Texas. So he did all that, get his mind off what had happened. And meanwhile, while I was there, the guy who Charles Bronson is trying to make this deal with takes him out to a gun range, and then and then the guy gives Bronson a gun, and he says, "Look, everybody here in Texas, we all carry guns, because it's part of our culture here. Not like in New York, where everybody says being quite liberal and stuff, and afraid to even hold a gun. You're afraid of even looking at a gun, much less holding one." So he says, "Here, have a gun anyway." But Charles Bronson, his character already has experience with guns, because he was in the military. So he fought in Korea. So in the medical corps. So he decides to accept the gun as a gift, and Charles Bronson decides to go out on the street and shoot. And if he sees anybody getting mugged or beat up, take the gun and shoot him. And that's what he's been doing for the whole rest of this movie. Is he goes out at night. Really, he's looking for trouble, really. And the thing that stretches to beyond of imagination is you have to suspend your disbelief here a little bit. Because every time he goes out, he ends up getting mugged. I mean, how many times can a guy in New York City, what are the odds we go out every single night for, let's say, 2 weeks, gets mugged 14 times? I mean, come on. I mean, you're stretching the disbelief here. stretching your imagination a little bit. And that's what's happening with Charles Bronson's character. Every time he goes out, he gets mugged. And but he's looking for these guys. He's unintentionally looking for these guys to see what happened, and he pulls out a gun and kills these guys. And then there was a cop, played by Richard Gardenia, who gets the case, and the whole city is fascinated with this vigilante, and that's what they call him. They call him the vigilante, and because he's killing all these muggers. And I think after the whole movie, I think he killed maybe like 6 guys, maybe the whole movie. And the movie is quite short; it's about an hour and 35 minutes long, so he doesn't kill that much. But by the way, before I continue, those of you who are fans of the 1970s television show Rocky McCall, a year before the show started, which was 1975 when Rocky McCall came on the air, look for Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, the guy who played Freddie Boom Boom Washington, as the last mugger that gets shot by Charles Bronson. Believe it or not, Lawrence Larry Jacobs, who plays Freddie Boom Boom in Rocky McCall, was one of the last guys that Charles Bronson kills in this movie, by the way. So like I said, they're trying to find out who the vigilante. No, Richard Gordon just wants to stop this guy, and his superior, he just wants to either kill Charles Bronson himself to end the violence, or to arrest him and put him away for life, because he's going out killing guys. So Richard Gordinia's supervisor says, "Look, don't arrest this guy." And why are you crazy? This guy's killing guys. And he said, "Isn't that my job to stop somebody who's going around killing guys?" He said, "Yeah, but he's killing muggers." He said, "I don't care who he's killing. You're not supposed to kill anybody." I mean, it's one thing if you defend yourself. It's one thing. If you're defending yourself and you kill the guy, it's one thing. But he's going out hunting down these guys. Because I know what he's doing. He's hunting these guys down. He's going out every night to look for trouble and kill these and going out and killing these guys. And I want to stop him. And the supervisor, even the mayor, says, "Look, crime is going down because they're afraid of running to the guys who are going out mugging people, are afraid to go out or go out and mug people because they're afraid of maybe running into this guy and getting killed." So Vincent Gordini says reluctantly, and the last shooting, when he just mentioned that Freddie Washington, the guy who played Freddie Washington, Rocky McCall, was involved in the last shooting, Charles Bronson actually gets caught. He's in the hospital, and Vincent Gordini says, "Look, we make a deal with you. You get out of town, and I won't arrest you. Because I'm under orders to let you go. Because I understand that you work for an architectural company that has offices in other cities. So if you get transferred to another office, I won't arrest you. But if you stay here in town, you're not going to leave me a choice to arrest you for killing these guys." Right? So this is, "Oh, you mean," and George Bronson says, "Oh, you want me to get out of town by sunset?" And the visitor there says, "Well, more or less." And so, of course, at the end of the movie, he does get transferred. He does decide to leave New York and go to his firm's office in Chicago. And while he's in the airport, he meets the guy from his firm, runs the Chicago office. And while he's at the airport, he sees these guys harassing a woman in the airport, and he helps this woman out. And Charles Bronson goes over and helps this woman out, pick up her bags, and he looks at the guys who are harassing her, goes like this and go, bang, with his gun. To give him the idea. And leaves you with the idea that there is going to be a sequel, and there was a sequel. Now, this was the first time they ever saw the first Death Wish movie all the way through. But like I said, now Charles Bronson, frankly, I think it's too ugly for me to watch. I mean, he's not like Clint Eastwood or Bruce Willis, who are better looking than Charles Bronson is, in terms of being an everyday action hero, or should I say, a blue collar action hero who just goes out and shoots a bunch of guys and wins at the end of the movie. Charles Bronson, to me, is too ugly to watch. I'm sorry, that's how it is. I feel it's too ugly to watch, and I was never a huge fan of his. So I figured, the other night last night had the first Death Wish movie on. Decided to watch for the first time, the whole thing, and I figured it's not bad, but it's such a cliche movie nowadays. This movie came out in 1974, so at that time it was such a novel thing to have these, we call it anti-hero, and it's nowadays it's such a cliche nowadays for a guy to do this. But in 1974, when the movie came out, it was just a new genre of pictures. So that's my review of the first Death Wish movie. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my videos on my YouTube channel at dualityc.com, it's all WDY, and that's C.com. Homepage and reality reviewer Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all my videos on his website as well. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.